So if you're a leader at your company, there's 3 things you need to focus on in the next week. What are those things? I'll share them with you in just a moment. Hey, it's Mark from Lead with Purpose, and I hope last weekend was a great weekend for you. You know, Memorial Day for me is just a great time to really reflect upon those people who made the ultimate sacrifice by giving their lives and giving it to a cause that was something bigger than themselves. And, you know, we get to relish in all of the freedoms that we have because of their sacrifice, and we get to live in the greatest country in the world. This last weekend was also a great time too, because the first 5 months of the year for me has just been really hectic, and for everybody at Lead with Purpose. And so it was a great time just to recharge the batteries. I got to spend more time with the family. I ate too many hot dogs and hamburgers and had a few beverages, but again, it was just a great time to, recharge the batteries. And this was a short week, but what I'm thinking about next week as we go into the final month of Q2 is there's 3 things that every leader needs to focus on in their company in the next week. So the first thing is take a look at your schedule. In the last 2 weeks of June, make sure you schedule a half-day session where you and your team are going to get together and do your Q2 to Q3 transition meeting. Now, the transition meeting is always a great time because you get to come together and talk about all the Q2 goals and all the accomplishments that you had. And then you get to set a really strong vision for what success looks and feels like in Q3. So schedule your Q2 to Q3 transition meeting in the last 2 weeks of June. Second is make sure in the next day or two you have people go in and give a strong update on the status of their goals. Most people keep their goals in the on-track state up until now, but now's the time to look at it with 5 weeks left to go is what is it really? Is there something that's at risk or maybe something that's critical? The earlier we identify those, the earlier you can get the entire team around either something that's at risk and critical and try to move it to on track so you can get it complete by the end of Q2. Now, the third thing that you need to do is you need to start thinking about your vision for what success looks and feels like in Q3. With people giving a strong status update of the status of their Q2 goals, you're going to print out your one-page success plan, take a look at where you're going to end Q2, and then take a look at your annual goals, and then you create a vision for, again, what you think you'd like to have accomplished in Q3. Now, it's going to be really important that you do this one morning or one afternoon, spend some time and write down some notes, and then maybe take a look at it 1 or 2 more times before you share it with the team. Now, when you share it with the team, it's going to be important because they're going to need to use that to get ready for the Q2 to Q3 transition meeting. All right, so there's 3 things that you need to do so you can finish Q2 strong and get ready for Q3. Number 1, set your half-day transition meeting the last 2 weeks of June. Number 2 is have everybody give a strong status update on their quarterly goals. And number 3 is start thinking about your vision for what success looks and feels like in Q3. All right, Mark Kohler signing off, and I'm encouraging you to go out today and lead with purpose.